Now I have assigned the compensation grade of managers or above to my manager in US and my manager in the UK. Let's say we are assigned this grade. Now, how are we going to identify exactly which pay range to use? For us or for UK? So that will be done in the grade profile. Now to select the subpopulation of the workers. Based on the criteria, we have to define an eligibility rule. Okay, now this will be the localization rule that we have like. For example, here I will use something like country, United States of America. Right. This is a Workday provided one. You can create your own if you need. So I'm not using the one that I created. I'm using a Workday provided one which says all the countries of the location. The country of the location is equal to us, a very generic kind of eligibility rule. What is this doing? It is just saying, if your location is in the US, is it bothered about the management level? Look at the rule definition one more time. Look at the rule definition. It has only one condition. It is saying the country is us. Country is us. Right. So now let me ask you a conceptual question. If this eligibility rule is only talking about country is equal to us, then how are we going to ensure that this range, or the grade profile that we are creating is only for managers or above in the US? Okay. Now let me complete this thing. So I will. You going to use the currency as US dollars and the frequency as annual. So the amount said we are going to define our annual amounts. Okay. Now here you see add row icon, so let me click on that. Okay, so that allows me to enter these values. Okay. And let me try to fit in one screen. You have to specify the minimum and the maximum. So what is the range? Let's say we want $50,000 to $80,000. Okay, $50,000 to $80,000. Now, what are these? Segment 1, 2 and 3. Well, remember, when we created the compensation grade, we used 4 segments. We said, use 4 segments. So it is dividing that entire range, $50,000 to $80,000, into 4 segments, and you also have the option for a midpoint. Now you may define that based on your statistics, statistical analysis, etc. Or you can use this checkbox which says, Calculate segments. Calculate segments, checkbox right. If you do that, then Workday will just divide it into 4 equal parts, like between 50 to 80, divides it by 4. So like 30,000 divided by 47,500. So your segments are 50 to 57,500 to 65 to 72,580 and your midpoint is $65,000. Right. So this is how you can define it. Now, let me click on OK to save this. Now answer my question. How does it know that for managers or above in the US this is the range? So what we are going to do, although we have not done it yet, but we will do it, is for all our managers or above job profiles. Wherever we have managers or above, only there we will assign this compensation grade which is managers or above. We will directly do it. We will go to those job profiles and assign this compensation grade that ensures that this grade is only for managers or above. So now, if you run a report, you will understand how many people are in segment 1, segment 2, segment 3 and in second. So that gives you the ability to be able to talk decisions and understand how you are paying your employees. Typically we do it on typically we localize it, that's why we use the term localized. Typically we do it on the basis of look of the location typically. Right. But there can be others like others can be in the terms of this department. Right. So let's say your managers or above in the IT department are paid differently than your managers or above in the human resources. Can be right. It can be possible, like I have seen companies who do that right in IT. Maybe the pay is different than for the managers in human resources I've seen that right. So what will you do for that? So you will create an eligibility rule based on the supervisory organization. Correct. So if your supervisory organization in the IT hierarchy, so you will be eligible for this range. If your hierarchy is different, then you will get the different pay range in the eligibility rules. You can specify multiple eligibility rules, and all of them have to be satisfied. If you specify multiple eligibility rules, then all of them have to be satisfied in order for that grade profile to be selected. Okay, so you can select. Select more than one. That is fine. I'm going to create another grade profile anyway. Okay, that will be for my UK. See if that answers your question. Okay, so let's call it as again, M1. But managers are above in UK. Is this what you are looking for? Like two grade profiles with two different eligibility rules, or within the same grade profile you want two different eligibility rules. Both are possible. Okay, let me finish doing this first. So here again. Okay. You can club more than one eligibility rules here. Like I showed you, you can select. Okay, let me search for the eligibility rule that we created. Right, all executive vice presidents you can combine. This is something that we created, right? All executive vice presidents. So executive vice president and XYZ motor. This is something we created and I combined that with country United Kingdom. So you can select more than one eligibility rule. But if you select more than one eligibility rule, you have to ensure that both these eligibility rules are met for this to work. Okay, otherwise it will not work. So now let's use this. So, as you see, I have chosen a different currency and I have also chosen a different eligibility country, United Kingdom. So let's see, what does this rule say? So this rule says that your country of location has to be the United Kingdom. Okay. And we are saying managers are above in the UK. Let's add the base pay range. Let's say that our managers in UK are going to get between 40,000 to what is the segment? Where is the segment for top? Here it is. So let's say between 40,000 to 90,000 British pounds. Okay, click. Okay. Oh sorry, I needed to click on calculate segments. Okay.